Hey, this is Ernie Johnson, 2K Sports. Shaquille O'Neal is with me. Thank you all for being here. And it is Raptor basketball tonight as the Toronto Raptors go up against the Celtics in Boston. Well, for Boston, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. Rajon Rondo, he had the ACL and he came back, and let's see what he looks like this time around, Shaq, and see if he's back to being the old Rajon Rondo.
Well, he's at his best when he gets in the lane and creates for his teammates, especially Hall of Fame teammates. Without as many weapons around him last season, that kind of hurt his game a little bit.
The funny thing about his career is when they won a championship the first time, it was like they won it in spite of the fact that he was the point guard, and then it was, hey, they're getting back to the finals because he is the point guard.
Well, this season, working to get back to that elite level is going to be extra hard for Rondo, and he has said that himself.
And that'll do it for us from here for now. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
And now, your Boston Celtics starting lineup. Starting at small forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 34, Matt Barnes. At center, standing 6'11", number 40, Jusuf Nurkic. At the shooting guard position, at 6 foot 6 inches, number 20, Manu Ginobili. The other guard, 6 feet 1 inches, number 8, Rajon Rondo. At the other forward position, 7 feet 1 inch, number 41, Dirk Nowitzki. Your head coach is Brad Stevens.
Everyone in their seats here in Boston to watch the Celtics on the home court. Looking at Boston, they took a win in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Their percentage from long range that game was off the charts. It seemed like every time the home crowd got going, they just took the wind out of their sails with another three-point barrage.
Yeah, those bombs were really falling.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Boozer is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Matthews, then there's Bledsoe, and it's George in at the 3 spot.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
Nurkic out of Bosnia, an old-school big man, size, strength, soft hands. He knows his way around the basket area. He put up some impressive numbers in the Adriatic League, now trying to make the adjustment to the speed and quickness of the NBA game.
Here's Nurkic after Eric Bledsoe's score. Pass to Barnes. Lets it go from deep. Good on the shot. Barnes has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
He can become a weapon for them if he gets going early from long range.
Bledsoe against Rondo. And Bledsoe, here we go. Here's Boozer, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Boozer's got his first basket of the night. Here is Rondo. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Dallas. Barnes dishes to Nowitzki. Rondo kicks to Ginobili from deep, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Well, I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Dwayne Casey. He said their main focus will be trying to contain Rajon Rondo. He said, quote, "We all know that Rondo's capable of taking over games single-handedly. So, guys," he said, "they've got to match his energy and try to keep him out of the paint."
Thanks, Doris. And the wide-open shot from Ginobili, off target from outside. The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Shots good by Bledsoe.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
Well, the history of college coaches switching over to the NBA is pretty daunting, but Brad Stevens and the Celtics can't worry about those who came before him. He's just got to be himself, and he was well regarded in Boston. Despite the fact that they went through a rebuilding process last year, he did a really good job.
Here's Bledsoe after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. Outside Boozer. Back to Bledsoe. Just 5 on the clock. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Bledsoe's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And Coach Stevens enjoying great success in his 5 seasons as coach of the Butler Bulldogs.
Yeah, had a terrific, historic run. 2 consecutive trips to the NCAA title game. 2010 and 11, I had the privilege to be courtside calling those games. A 25-game win streak, one of the brightest minds in the game. And with a 6-year contract from the Celtics, they clearly believe in his abilities, as do I.
And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line.
Enes Kanter was the 3rd overall pick back in 2011, drafted out of Kentucky, where he actually never played a game there due to ineligibility. But it's a bit of a gamble because of that. Not sure he's completely delivered on those lofty expectations yet. And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
And for Kanter last season, Clark, a big uptick in minutes, but his productivity actually regressed somewhat.
Well, Kevin, the shooting percentages went down, as did his blocks and steals. But remember now, he's only 22 years old, and it's not always a straight line of progression for players. There are occasional detours before you bounce back up to that next plateau.
Spates checked in for the Raptors.
Well, the Celtics certainly played with a lot of passion last year. They got off to a start that few thought they would achieve, but even playing with passion can't cover up the holes in the roster.
Now here is Harris. Back to George. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Looks like he might be on his game today, Clark.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. I got to give the Celtics credit, though. They were never really in contention for anything last year, but Clark, they played their heart.
Yeah, they did play hard, played with energy, and that goes a long way to trying to build a foundation of being successful going forward. It might not have done much for them last year, but that attitude is something they can build on.
And here's George. Vince Carter getting it to go from deep. And George, here we go. And the shot is good. George has got 6.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
The shot no good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will. Not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, looked like a mismatch to me.
Here's Temple. Paul George making his last shot. Pulls it up. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
Now here is Harris. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Spates. Shot is off. Excellent D there from Garnett. And here is Ibaka. Here's Temple. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Temple's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Yeah, both teams are scoring well, but there hasn't been much defensive resistance either.
Tune in Tuesday, November 11th. The Oklahoma City Thunder go up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Live from Bradley Center. Be there.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Here is Harris. So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. They've got McDaniels. Harris is out there at Bledsoe. Then it's Mike Scott. And it's Kanter in at center.
Devin Harris originally signing a 3-year, $9 million contract with the Mavs going into last season. Had to settle for a 1-year minimum contract after the physical revealed he had a dislocated toe.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, thanks, Kevin. Matt Barnes out of UCLA, of course, an energy and effort player. He brings toughness and a defensive mindset, and he said, I always look forward to guarding the best player. My thing is to stay into them and make them uncomfortable with pressure. He wants to make them work hard and not allow them to get anything easy. Kevin, back to you.
A versatile defender and much improved as a shooter over the years, Doris. Thanks. And Harris missed the first half of last season. But then, Clark, when he returned, he played fairly well.
Kevin, I thought he still had that burst of quickness combined with solid playmaking, and he's a nice combo guard to have on your roster.
The shot's good from Carter.
And assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Rondo, hammers it home to polish off the break.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. They've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself. And I'll tell you what, that was a golden one there.
Now here's Bledsoe. A 23-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City.
He was a factor defensively as well. He blocked 2 shots. I thought he changed several other. Well, you learn a lot about a player from the way he responds to adversity. Dirk Bledsoe, a player with tremendous potential, had to back up John Wall at Kentucky. Then he had to back up Chris Paul with the Clippers. You know, rather than get frustrated, he really made the most of those learning experiences, and now it's paying off.
And Toronto making a change here. Boozer's checked in, and that one's good. Barnes.
So it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
And you talk about Bledsoe. He said in college and with the Clippers, he enjoyed both of those situations. The challenge of the daily battles in practice against star talent. He showed a lot of resilience and determination to find his niche.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Now here's Barnes. He's got 9. That pushes it to double digits. 8 points for Ginobili. And Bledsoe, guys, getting his chance last season with the Phoenix Suns to show what he could do in a starting role, and it paid off. His terrific play, Steve, was a huge factor in their surprising season.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin. Unfortunately, he did lose some time to a knee injury, but knowing him, he'll battle back and once again overcome the obstacles.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Manu Ginobili has always been one of my favorite guys to watch, an elite shooting guard on the court. I mean, the issue with him has been health. You know, last season he missed about a month with a tweaked hamstring, right as the Spurs went on their rodeo road trip.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Boston. Now here's Boozer. And the pass to McDaniels, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And Ginobili, guys, clearly focused on trying to stay healthy. The last couple of off-seasons, Steve, he's bowed out of international play.
John's smart. I mean, he's got so much mileage on his body, and it's more important for him to spend his summers just working on his body, staying healthy, strengthening those areas that he needs. And it's always tricky, though, to say no to your home country when they ask you to play on the national team.
And so